True crime podcasts are incredibly popular. Many people listen to them every day. These podcasts often talk about serial killers. Why would someone want to hear about such terrible things? Yet millions of people download these stories. They tune in for every new episode. This fascination is a modern puzzle. We seem drawn to the darkest parts of human behavior. These stories are not always easy to hear. They detail real crimes and real victims. Despite this, the audience for these podcasts continues to expand. It's not just a niche interest anymore, it has become a mainstream form of entertainment and information. People from all walks of life are listening. They are discussing theories online. They are recommending podcasts to their friends and family. The focus on serial killers is particularly strong. These individuals commit multiple murders. Their motives can be complex and baffling. Podcasts try to understand these motives. They explore the investigations that led to their capture. This deep dive into extreme human behavior is a key part of the appeal. This essay will explore why we are so captivated. There is a part of the human mind that is curious about the forbidden. This is often called morbid curiosity. Serial killer stories tap directly into this. They represent an extreme deviation from normal human behavior. We want to understand what could make someone do such things. It's a way of confronting the other, the part of humanity that is violent and destructive. This curiosity is not new, but podcasts offer a new way to satisfy it. Psychologists suggest this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Understanding danger can be a survival mechanism. By learning about threats, even extreme ones, we might feel more prepared. True crime stories can act in a similar way. They explore the methods of predators. Listeners might pick up on warning signs or patterns of behavior even subconsciously. The desire to understand why is powerful. When a terrible crime happens, people want explanations. Serial killer cases are often puzzles. What were the motives? How did they evade capture for so long? Podcasts often try to piece together these puzzles. They present evidence, theories, and expert opinions. For the listener, it can feel like participating in an investigation. This intellectual challenge is a significant part of the draw. One key reason we engage with these dark narratives is the element of safety. True crime podcasts allow us to experience fear from a distance. We can listen to the most terrifying stories. We can learn about the most dangerous individuals. But we are doing so in the comfort of our own homes. We are in control. We can pause the podcast. We can stop listening altogether if it becomes too much. This control is crucial for many listeners. This creates a kind of thrill, but without the real danger. It is similar to watching a horror movie or riding a roller coaster. You get the adrenaline rush, your heart might race, but you know logically that you are not actually at risk. True crime podcasts provide this same sensation. They are a managed encounter with the macabre. This allows people to explore their fears in a way that feels manageable and not overwhelming. This controlled exposure can also be empowering. For some, especially women who are often depicted as victims in these stories, it can be a way to learn. They might learn about self-defense or red flags in relationships. By confronting these stories, they might feel a sense of agency. True crime as a genre is not new. Books, documentaries, and television shows have explored it for decades. However, the podcast format has caused a huge surge in its popularity. Podcasts are intimate. They are often listened to with headphones. The storyteller's voice is right there in your ear. This creates a very personal connection to the material. It feels like someone is telling you a secret, a dark and compelling story meant just for you. This intimacy is a powerful tool. Podcasts are also incredibly accessible. Many are free. You can listen to them anywhere, while commuting, exercising, or doing chores. This ease of access has opened up the genre to a much wider audience. People who might not sit down to read a dense true crime book can easily consume hours of podcast content. This portability and convenience have been major factors in the explosion of true crime podcasts. They fit seamlessly into modern busy lifestyles. Shows like We're pioneers in this space, brought investigative journalism to the podcast world in a highly engaging way. It made listeners feel like they were part of an ongoing investigation. Then came shows like these hosts brought a different tone, mixing humor and empathy with the dark subject matter. Section 5. Voices in the Dark. How podcasts weave their spell. The storytelling in true crime podcasts is key to their success. Producers and hosts are often skilled narrators. They know how to build suspense. They carefully reveal information, piece by piece. This keeps listeners hooked, wanting to know what happens next. They use sound design effectively. Music, ambient sounds, and even silence can create a powerful atmosphere. This makes the stories more immersive and emotionally resonant for the audience. Many podcasts use a conversational tone. It feels less like a formal news report and more like a friend telling you a story. This informality can make the difficult subject matter easier to process. For example, hosts of podcasts often share their own reactions and anxieties. This makes listeners feel validated in their own responses. It creates a sense of shared experience, even when discussing horrific events. The structure of these podcasts is also important. Many are serialized, with each episode building on the last. This encourages binge listening. Once you start, it's hard to stop. Section 6: Celebrity and Condemnation. The killer as an icon. There is a very troubling aspect to this fascination. Sometimes serial killers become almost like celebrities. Their names become widely known, their faces appear on merchandise, books and movies are made about them. This can be deeply painful for the families of their victims. They see the person who caused them so much suffering being discussed, analyzed, and sometimes even admired. This is a serious ethical concern that the genre constantly grapples with. The media, including podcasts, plays a role in this. By repeatedly telling these stories, they can inadvertently elevate the status of the killer. The focus can shift from the victims and the tragedy to the genius or complexity of the murderer. This is a dangerous line to cross. It risks desensitizing the audience to the real horror of these crimes. It can also, in rare cases, inspire copycat behavior or unhealthy obsessions in some individuals. This potential for negative impact must be acknowledged. However, not all attention is glorification. Some podcasts make a conscious effort to focus on the victims. They tell their stories and highlight the impact of the crimes on families and communities. Section 7: Finding Connection in Crime, the Listener Community. A surprising outcome of the true crime podcast boom is the sense of community it fosters. Listeners often feel a strong connection to the hosts. They also connect with fellow fans. Online forums, social media groups, and live podcast shows create spaces for these communities to thrive. People share theories about unsolved cases. They discuss their reactions to particular episodes. They recommend other podcasts to each other. This shared interest creates bonds. This community aspect can be very supportive. For people who have always been interested in true crime, it can be validating. They find others who share their fascination, which might have previously been seen as unusual or morbid. It normalizes the interest. It provides a space where they can explore these topics openly without judgment. This sense of belonging is a powerful draw. Section 8: Entertainment or Exploitation, the Ethical Tightrope. The debate around true crime podcasts often centers on a crucial question. Are they a form of harmless entertainment and awareness, or do they exploit real tragedies for profit and clicks? This is a difficult line to walk. On one hand, these stories are compelling. They can be informative. They can shed light on the workings of the justice system, forensic science, and victim advocacy. This awareness can be a positive outcome for society. Many podcasts do strive for responsible storytelling. They focus on honoring victims. They consult with experts. They are careful about the information they present. Some donate portions of their proceeds to relevant charities. These creators see their work as a way to educate the public and keep important stories alive. They believe that understanding crime can help in preventing it, or at least in supporting those affected by it more effectively. This perspective emphasizes the potential for positive social impact. On the other hand, there is undeniable sensationalism in parts of the genre. Some podcasts focus heavily on gruesome details. Section 9: The Enduring Echo: Why This Fascination Will Last. The fascination with serial killers and true crime is unlikely to fade away soon. It taps into some fundamental aspects of human nature. Our curiosity about the unknown, our desire to understand good and evil, and our need to confront fear in controlled ways, all play a part. These are enduring human traits. As long as these traits exist, stories of crime and darkness will continue to hold a certain allure for a significant portion of the population. The podcast format itself is also perfectly suited for these narratives. Its intimacy, accessibility, and storytelling capabilities make it a powerful medium for true crime. As technology evolves, new ways of telling these stories will emerge. But the core appeal of an engaging voice guiding you through a complex and unsettling mystery will likely remain. The convenience of audio storytelling fits well with modern life, ensuring its continued relevance and popularity among listeners. Furthermore, society will always grapple with crime and its consequences. There will always be a need to understand why these things happen. There will always be a desire for justice and resolution. True crime podcasts at their best can contribute to these conversations.